Hello and welcome everybody. We got a short funny video about Joe Biden's words.
Cognitive
No, I
test.
haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test?
We gotta. It's just, but you gotta. I mean, make sure the television. Make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
Why, you're getting nervous, man.
Gay bathhouse.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Go to Joe 30330.
My physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. But it's a way to be able to sleep with my wife.
This makes sense to, let me put it another way. It makes no sense.
I got hairy legs.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know what.
All men and women created by you know the thing. Come on, man.
Alrighty. Thought you'd all enjoy that. That goes out to one of our special normal guests, which is JC. He is a avid Joe Biden jokester. So, all right, like I said though, I'll go over the news and then we'll head right into the game today. We have our U.S. Ambassador of China, Terry Branstad, however you want to say his name. He steps aside during Beijing's tensions with Beijing rise. I actually have two videos, so these are not, they are from. That one was for you, JC. I put that up there just for you, buddy. I thought you'd enjoy that. So, we have the protests that emerge in Lancaster after shooting a man armed with a knife. Yes. Now, I will go over this, and then I'll show you the video, and then I'll go over it. Warning on that one, it is a graphic video. This one probably angers me the most, and that's the only reason why we don't have as much news today, because I know myself on this one. I am not going to stop yelling about this. After this, what happens here, and I will show you the actual video of it there. But we will get to those. First things first, we have a war to fight. Let's see if we can do it. Ah. Jeez.
Goblins! Drink that brew!
Oh, neat.
Night is here!
Ooh.
Gonna kill him! Night is here!
So who can't go forward?
We're better than them!
Just these two dudes.
Ready! Gonna kill him!
Hey, you got Vanguard deployment? How about you?
Be good.
No. All right. So I'll keep back my 4 reserves. The rest of these dudes are all gonna go up there. But you can you deploy in there? Yes, you can. So,
Let's scrap! Stickers ready! Gonna kill him! Drink the brew! Wah! We is better than them!
woohoo! Alright, these guys got range on it now? No?
Ha ha!
Get them a little bit closer. Awesome.
Rocket move! I'm the boss!
Oh yeah, he couldn't be
Big
up
hoppers.
there. Yeah. It does suck that my spider can't be, but we will get this going. Alrighty.
We is Gobbo!
And there we go. Nicely done.
We is Gobbos! I'm the boss! Moving fast! Gonna kill him!
They don't really know quite how to handle all this.
Gobbler is hungry! Nice one! I'm the boss! Toast! We is Gobbos! I'm the boss! Come on! Who we killing?
Whoever you can.
Stab 'em up! Goblins! Stab 'em! Wah!
Have him break through that line.
Squig hoppers!
It looks to me like
Wah!
I can.
Ha ha!
Step you back just a hair.
Running!
You might actually be in melee, yeah.
Squig hoppers! That's good!
Well, let's real quick dispatch this cavalry. Or not.
Moving fast! Goblins! Moving fast! Let's scrap! Alright! Squig hoppers!
Alright, alright.
Get 'em! Running! Wah!
Get in there.
Goblins!
And you can get...
We the one!
The spider is
I'll kill them
doing
all then.
good work here,
Right, all right.
as usual. He is...
Big hoppers.
Have you drop back. Oh, good. Killed their general.
Skarsnik. I'll do it. Big hoppers. Moving fast. Ready.
Disengage. You're
Moving fast.
useless over there.
Moving fast. Running. Moving fast. Let's get stubby.
Why are we not...
Running.
What?
Moving fast. Running. Moving fast.
This is actually going better than I had hoped.
You first. Lightning. The lads are ready. Stickers ready. Not goblins. Charge. Big hoppers.
Alrighty. Looks like their main focus is over here, though. Let's... Oh, no. You're not done. Get in there. Get to wrenching some faces there, mister.
Me is better than them. Moving fast. Gonna stab 'em. We is gobbers. Night goblins. Running. Stab 'em. I'm the boss. Orcs win.
Yeah, get him.
The lads are ready.
Man, these archers are amazing.
What?
Definitely worth their cost.
Gonna kill 'em.
Get him, Mr. Spider. Get him. Yeah, those archers just decimated them. Like, they had the ruling on that way different than what actually happened. I thought that was gonna be a nice long battle, but nope. Those the forest goblin archers are amazing. What, they almost outnumbered me 2-1? No. No, we were about even on deployment, I guess. It was nice having all those dudes being Vanguard deployment, so then I didn't have to wait for them to organize themselves or get their cavalry into position. Nope, they just had to immediately start trying to figure it out. And it was definitely not working. I would like to give a special thanks to all those who joined me last night on the 8-hour stream. That was a lot of fun. We will eat the captives. Let that do a full spin. Oh, is he still trying to be sneaky? He thinks he is. I will pay the tribute.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 Peaks. I'm out here.
Place is gonna revolt. That'll be annoying. Oh well, I'll just destroy the revolt. It'll revolt in 2 turns. What corruption is in it? What's the corrupt? Skaven. It's the Skavenses. I don't know where the Skavens are at to be corrupting it, but that's an annoying situation. Alright. That should be safe for 1 more turn. Alright, let's get into the news. Alright, so we have, like I said, the U.S. ambassador to China has stepped down. Branstad is expected to leave Beijing before November U.S. presidential election. The source said the announcement comes amid increased tensions between the U.S. and China on several fronts. The Chinese government announces on Friday it will be imposing unspecified, that's key there, restrictions on U.S. diplomats and personnel inside of China, after Washington put into place a similar measure targeting Beijing's diplomatic corps on September 3rd. In a Twitter post earlier Monday, U.S. Senator Mike Pompeo, I can't. People in their names lately, man. Thanked Branstad for his service to the American people as the U.S. ambassador. President Donald Trump chose Ambassador Branstad because his decades-long experience dealing with China made him the best person to represent the administration and to defend American interests and ideals in the important relationship. Blah 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 blah. I'm not going to play his video, but so this shows a definite escalation in the situation between us and China, and it's a when the diplomats start leaving, like the countries that they're that are kind of at odds with each other, it starts to put a strain on the actual diplomatic process. And what I mean by that is that's how you start. These are the warning signs that war or actions in that degree are we're headed into the, all right, well, we're going to have to thump you to make a point direction. And if you remember last week, they were talking about how now China's got the largest navy and yada yada yada. Well, here's the thing. If there is a big war, China is not going to have the backing of most of the rest of the more developed countries in the world. That doesn't mean there won't be any. I almost 100% guarantee you it won't be Russia or Britain. Those 2 countries will not side with China, especially Russia. And I know that seems strange. You're like, well, we used to hate Russia. Yeah, we did hate Russia. You know what Russia hates more than us? Communism. The Russian people hate communism with a passion that, like, they literally have it in their constitution that communism cannot be. It was that terrible. And yeah, the moment anything kicks off, Russia's going to be right in there because they want to make sure everybody knows communism bad. So we have now Russia doesn't have the greatest equipment in the world, I'm sure, but they have people. They have as many, if not more, human bodies to throw at things than China. So you got India, people, Russia, people, United States, technology, air superiority, a very large navy, not the largest apparently anymore. But then you have Britain. Put those two navies together, there are a few combinations of navies that'll be bigger. And then you have France, they're going to side with us. Germany will side with us. Again, another thing. Most people have already realized communism bad. All right. So if there is a world war, it'll be all the large powers. Let's put it that way. All the First Nations thing, against China. Now China's going to have supporters. They're going to have, like, well, I almost 100% guarantee you the Middle East will be on their side. Not all of it, but some of it. Turkey probably won't be. I mean, that's hit or miss. Turkey might. We've been a long time ally of Turkey, though, so I don't know. They might get the backing of the UAE, since how our relations with them have gone downhill quite a bit over the past few years. And that's mostly because they are a monarchy. And when the dude we liked died and his son took over, he didn't like us. For reasons beyond my understanding. It's not that interesting to me for me to look it up. But I do know that we have strained relationships with them. They have a rather significant Air Force. Not the most technologically advanced, but they have lots of F-16s. Let's just put it that way. Block 30 F-16s. Anybody out there who knows the difference in the blocks, that's one of the oldest ones. They're using Pratt & Whitney engines versus GE engines. Things like that. It's our old junk. We sold it all to them. So, the stuff we didn't use anymore, basically the stuff we mothballed to get money back, we sold it all to UAE to also get a tax or a trade break, I guess would be the best word. Not really a tax break, but a trade break for oil. So we get lower oil prices because we gave them some couple hundred odd F-16s. Now, and I can't imagine what other countries. I'm sure there's other little tiny countries I don't know about that will join their side. But they're going to start by trying to run over India if this war kicks off. Do I really think it's going to happen? Probably not. I know we don't have a world government, but we rely on each other so much for our own economies. The United States is surprisingly, even now, I mean, we rely on them for a lot of niceties. But as far as the actual, like, necessities, we actually aren't that bad off. We have a lot of, like, let's take our military production capabilities. So all of our aircraft stuff is in country. We do get a lot of materials from overseas, but that's only because it was cheaper. We actually have all of the ability to create the same things that we get from other countries right here in the United States, and they're in mothball status. You want a steel mill? There are some. There are a lot just sitting around not doing anything, though. There are a lot of steel mills in Detroit and all those areas that are just sitting quiet. Now, that doesn't mean that they'll turn back on immediately. There'll be time and updating and, production, production increases and things like that. Updates, should I say, not increases, that it have to be put into place. But for the most part, in the better part of 4 or 5 months, we'd be back up to high enough production value to keep pace with any military production. And there is no shortage of aircraft. Let's say we have a large amount of aircraft that are shot down. I said we sold a crap ton of aircraft to UAE. By no means is an inclination that we don't have a metric shit ton of them sitting in mothball out of Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. There are rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of Block 30 F-16s that have engines in them. They are kept 24 hours. They are flight capable. That's insanity. We have so many aircraft that we don't use that, it would not take much time to get them going. Our biggest problem would be having pilots. We never don't have enough planes. And we have a lot of pilots too. But yeah, tank production, things like that. We have that. That's all locked down. Any vehicle manufacturing areas, anything like that we have in the United States, can be easily turned into tank manufacturing, Jeep manufacturing. All that kind of stuff goes real quick. It doesn't take long. Some of the specialty equipment, that would be the hard parts. There are specialty equipment that comes from China that we use. We developed it. But we source out a lot of the little parts that only come from that area. But yeah, for the most part, this just shows a ginormous issue arising. That's the reason why I included this today, because I really wanted to make a point that this is a red flag. When you're didn't die, it's turned off because I'm not hearing any other noise. So it auto turns off. But yeah, so when you start seeing the diplomats leaving the countries where they're supposed to be, kind of smoothing things over, talking things out, being representatives, that's when the military pump starts, you start feeling that tingle in the back of your head that, soon enough somebody will say war were declared. But yeah. So, although I was a staunch resistance to this feeling at first, I seeing this gives me the it might happens. Doesn't mean it will. And I know by no means do I think it should, because I don't want it to. Like I said, China can't take over the world. And what I mean by that is, if let's say China did take over the world, they would collapse in months, a year tops, because they wouldn't have any income. So China gets most of its income for what they do from the United States citizens buying crap from China. So, and then once you invade us, we're not going to buy stuff. because technically by that point, I can guarantee this: I'll be dead. There will be many other United States citizens that will be dead because we are not going to go quietly. Anyway. Yep, we're good there. All right. I'll get into that. Let's spin the wheel and see what happens here. Oh, we got... give you a weapon strength. Inspiring presence will work as well. Ambusher. Vanguard deployment. I think the cornered rat seems like a good one. And move speed will work as well. Alright. Can we spin the wheel now? We can spin the wheel now. These dwarves are really trying to get by us here. See if I can't jam them up. They know they can't beat our army head on, so. They really want to take our province here so they can have a complete province. The fucking Skaven are back. Oh, alright. Well, now. Alright. Well, well, well. It looks like we have ourselves another battle. Let's see if I can as easily destroy these dudes as last time. I think we're going to go with basically the same plan as last time. I really don't see why not. It worked very well last time, so. Let's see. Group them. Group them. You can go in this group as well as you. Those are the things that don't have Vanguard deployment. My archers, you can group up. Alright, so let's... yeah. Let's see. What does my range look like if I'm over here? Does he have any, like, he has no artillery. Maybe I don't jump in as deep. What I don't like is the incline. It might be alright. I saved it, so if I screw this up, I can unscrew it up. I am by no means unafraid of undoing my own stupidity.
Warlord of 8 peaks!
Alright. See what they choose to do. Are they gonna move forward? Doesn't look... oh, I'm hidden. Oh, okay. It might actually work out to my advantage. Yep. Alright, cool. Well, it will in fact work out to my advantage only because I'm going to move my remaining 4 dudes into position while they stand there we will speed that up because I don't want to wait forever to watch that happen. That way, my big old spider gets in there. What's his range anyway? Huh. Doesn't really say. Are they moving yet? Nope. They've lost sight of all my troops. So what should I do? I'm going to wait for these last two dudes to get into position. I think I'm just going to full on ram them down their throats. If I select the whole thing just like it is and hit the forward button, that should just about do it, folks. They are holding fast too. They're not charging in or anything. They want to exchange volley fire. I think I'm okay with that. I think my archers, they may not outrange them, but they outdamage them. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to definitely outdamage them. Actually, I don't think, do they have? They don't have any ranged units. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Watch all the arrows rain down. We're going to go to play just in case I need to. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's so painful looking, isn't it? Even my, where's my spider? Where are you at, spider? Spider, get up there. Get up to that line there, buddy. Oh, this is going to be wondrous. Oh, are they gonna? No, they're repositioning. It looks like they're finally gonna charge. Looks like they just might charge. And I'm gonna send this spider right into there. Go. Break up their charge by smushing the crud out of them. Nicely done. Give everybody a local boost. Get in there and fight.
I'm the boss! Talking all right! Running!
How's the rest of the line doing? We're gonna roll this side up.
Running!
And I should. If I'm lucky. We're gonna throw you in there though. I need you guys to get in there and start clobbering them. I should, since I rolled that up, I should be able to get. Yeah.
Moving fast! Running!
I should be able to get at least 2 sets of my archers around the sides here.
Running! Moving fast! Gonna
Yeah.
kill him!
And just start hammering these dudes. Actually, I'm gonna take 3 of them.
Moving fast!
No, you're gonna come over here first, apparently. Shoot at these guys, not those guys.
Doing it! The lads are ready!
Those ones are already almost dead.
Charge!
Firing into there. Keep them up until I get my archers all into place. That way they don't sneak out and slam into my archers or something. Where's my main warlord? I need you over here to... Where did he go? There he is. Go kill him. Oh, you're not fighting. Actually, no. Kill this one. Or are you fighting? You're in there. Just get in there. Do something useful, please. Oh.
We is better than them. Let's fight. Moving fast.
Alright.
You first.
Get them.
We is better than them.
That way they don't get my archers. And bring my archers right... Oh, nope, right around here.
Running.
Have them... No, not you. No.
Let's fight. Let's
Alright.
scrap.
Should be able to get the archers in right here to start firing into the back of those. She goes well. Thought I had 3 units. Oh, the archers, dumbasses. Why would you do that? Get out of there. Start firing at dudes from that direction, please.
We is better than them.
Yeah, those poison arrows have a very devastating effect.
Running.
Alrighty.
Running. Let's get stabby.
Man. Oh, they're slamming into the back of my back slam.
Goblins. Big boss. Shifting it.
It's alright.
We is better than them. Goblins. Gonna stab 'em.
Alrighty. Why are you in melee?
Moving fast. Running. Lads.
Keep you right there doing the Lord's work with them arrows. Okay. Bam. I don't actually know what that did. Huh. The vortex spell. I have...
Stickers ready! Ah! Big boss! Yeah, I'll do it! The brother's ready!
There we go. Let's clean this up. He's trying to run away. Don't let him get away.
Running! Let's fight! Stick 'em!
They got a little beat up, but they're okay. Ooh.
Stab 'em! Gonna kill 'em! Stab 'em!
Ooh, laying waste to him. Look at it. Oh my lord, it's there. Oh. Oh my goodness. They're trying to run the other way now. There's no, oh my goodness. The carnage. Oh, the little dwarfies are dying. They're trying to run. Oh. You get out of there. You're getting killed by your own dudes. Get out of there. They really don't have anywhere to run to, do they? Oh, don't let that dude get away.
Warlord of 8 pigs.
Do you have anything?
Stabbers ready.
No.
Warlord of 8 pigs. Stab 'em up.
No. No, do not let him get away.
You first. Let's do this.
No. Nice. He got him right at the last second. Yes. And I did not allow him to get away. Brock Ironpick is down. Now, my hope is that now I can take their previous hold. It's going to take me a few turns to restore my general to full health, but he's doing work. Man. Archer, 148 for that one set of archers. Insanity. Eat them. Alright. Let's find out, huh?
Plotting and scheming.
Oh, he's almost... Alright, so...
I'm gone.
one turn in here.
Garsnick, warlord of 8 pigs.
Ooh. Nibbles. Death juice attack. I like that sound of that. Scarred veteran. He also has an upgrade. Oh, giant spider. You know it. Hit points. Opportunist. Yeah, actually, I'll put that on there now. And they need stabbing. Nice. Okay. Not the best, like, spells and things, but still, not terrible either. Alright, I'm going to hit the go around one more time. While I'm doing that. When we get done doing that, we'll head back to the news. Alrighty. A little bit of allergies today. Might have to create myself a second army garrison for the crag. Here.
I got me brother.
Yeah.
I'm a schemer.
Oh, I was in the wrong stance. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to do that. Let's recruit a lord. An orc warlock, goblin shaman. I'm not actually a big fan of the goblin shamans. Night goblin. Big bully. For big guns, black orcs. Discipline. Leadership +2. Melee attacks, all are. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll recruit you.
Happy to help. Doing one.
And we'll recruit you some units. We'll get you 3 of those. These guys were doing serious work, even though they can't Vanguard deploy. And then 2 of the Forest Goblins here. That should be a fairly good. Yeah, that should do alright. I didn't mean to push the button. Dang it. I missed it. I messed it up. Yeah. Unfortunately, I would go to the news, but if I go to the news while it's doing this, I will crash the game. That is the key to testing before you do things. There seems to be infighting over in the Elven Forest lands. Looks like the Ent dude is cleaning house by the looks of it. How in the world does an Elven army have, or an Elven faction have 3 armies this early? Ooh, they are gone. Yeah, the elves are on the move. Green versus the red elves.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks. Sounds like a
Normal
good
stance, please. But I will get back to that in just a moment. Hold on. What's the garrison there like? Yeah, that's actually a pretty good garrison with a full stack. That might actually be hard to do. I might have to starve that army out, to tell you the truth. That may be the only recourse I have, because I don't have any siege equipment, so I'm going to have to siege anyway. They're probably just going to march out against me. I'm pretty sure I can take the garrison with the almost full stack.
You want schemes? I got schemes. A scheme worthy of Skarsnik. See you later.
Okay. Anyway. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. News. Alright. So, alright. Now, warning before I do this. This is graphic. This does show the both the attempted murder of a police officer from there and a the man in question, his life ceasing to be. So. Now, as you can see, the man, the African-American gentleman there, jumps down with a knife, starts chasing the cop, and gets shot about 4 times. And he's got a big old, well, Bowie looking knife. The woman's screaming the whole time. But yeah, so we don't have to watch that again. But yes, so that is what these protests are over. Not that one yet. All right. Protesters took to the streets in Lancaster, Pennsylvania on Sunday, just hours after police fatally shot a man who authorities said was captured on body cam video brandishing a knife over his head in a threatening manner. That is not a threatening manner. That dude was trying to kill that woman. Lancaster District Attorney Office said that the investigation is in its early stages, but videos emerged online that showed protesters outside the Lancaster Police Headquarters calling for accountability. The officer released a statement on Sunday night that said the 27-year-old who was shot dead, Ricardo Munoz, whatever you want your 2 vowels and a Z to sound like, was armed with a knife and pronounced dead at the scene. Yeah, he was dead. Rightfully so. The officer said that the video showed Manons emerge from the house and brandish the knife in a threatening manner. Body cam video showed the officer fire several shots at him, who then falls to the ground. The officer then fired. The statement read. Anyway, no one else was struck, which is amazing. In all honesty, the fact that she was able to run away a little bit to get away from him with the knife, turn around, and fire all her shots into his chest, or into his body, is amazing. That's really good. That's not an easy thing to do. The officer was placed on administrative leave, according to local news outlets. A police-involved shooting has a significant impact on a community, as we are seeing with large numbers of individuals gathering in the streets, District Attorney Heather Adams said, according to CBS Philadelphia. However, I am asking that all reactions be tempered as the investigation is ongoing. There is no investigation. We see the video. That is a clear-cut, no-nonsense self-defense. As was the Kenosha shooting, as was the guy who was going into his car for a knife. Those are all self-defense. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Police eventually dropped tear gas on the crowd of people protesting early Monday. Police said protesters failed to follow the instructions. Police said protesters threw glass, bottles, gallon jugs filled with liquid. Yeah. Liquid and parts of plastic road barricades at officers. Those jugs filled with liquid, yeah, that was piss. I'd have shot him with tear gas too. But, so the biggest thing about this is, it doesn't matter what any of the cops do. They just want a reason to go be angry at the cops. And there's absolutely, positively no reason for this. Even a lot of the left-leaning people are like, yeah, we got nothing this time. Like, we seen the footage. Like, that Twitter feed you saw there was literally comments all over it going, well, one said, oh, this isn't, this isn't, I can't remember that kid's name now. But the kid who killed 2 people and shot the other one in self-defense. This isn't his case, This is clear-cut self-defense. I mean, this dude looked left. And, looking at some of his other tweets, he's a very left-leaning person. Very much so thinks that kid should be thrown in jail for defending himself. Stupid mother. Anyway. But yeah, this was a clear-cut case. there is no, in all honesty, there's no real, like, this shouldn't be a controversy. You shouldn't be rioting the fact that a deranged man who felt it okay to run after a cop with a knife, whether or not his end goal was to just scare off the cop or if it was to kill the cop, which it doesn't matter what your actual thought process was, because it was his own thought process and it died with him because he was stupid. I am sure he's a father. It doesn't state that he is, but he came out of a house and there was obviously a distraught woman at the door as well. At the very least, he was a boyfriend. Though he deserved everything that he deserved, what happened, and the officer is 100% in the right. It is a tragedy that he died, and I will say that every single time. The death of a human being is a tragedy. If it isn't to me personally, it is to the people he is personally connected to. His mother, his father, that was a son. That was somebody's kid. Somebody's kid they'd hoped they'd raise correctly. So that is a tragedy. Did what happened, was it deserved? Yes. He made a choice, a very poor choice. In the infamous words of Sean Connery, "You brought a knife to a gunfight." Yeah. Not that would make it any better, but I'm just saying. Running after a cop who you are pretty sure has a gun, because they, for the most part, all of them do, and who are pretty much on edge because of what the media has done and everything else involved. They've just gone out of their way to make the cops look terrible, and they are now more afraid than ever. So, what the Black Lives Matter and Antifa and CNN, NBC, all these places, what they have created is more death. And what I mean by that, and I'm not just talking about the death from the riots and things like that. What I'm talking about is when you have people who have been in place to defend civilians, that being every Joe Schmo who isn't a police officer or military, and even those military members who are off duty, because although we have the right to defend ourselves and the skills to do so, and we are not technically civilians, or they are not technically civilians. Sorry, give me 1 second, please. Sorry, had to get that all cleared up. Whew! Allergies, they suck. But you have so you have all these people who have for the longest time been elevated to the position of, having the duty to protect people and having the duty to protect themselves, their partners, everything. That's what they're hired to do, and a lot of times that is their passion in life, is to do this. And now you've created this scenario where they are now the bad guys, but they still have this desire, this need, this want, this job. So they're going to continue to do their job to the best of their abilities. But now they're constantly in fear, more so than before. Like before it was, oh man, hope nothing happens today. And it was in the back of their mind. Now it's in the forefront of their mind. Every time they pull up to a car that they know has an African American or, anybody of color really, or a BMW filled with rich white kids, when they pull that car over, they know there is a much larger percentage that the people inside that fucking car are going to try to kill you. Because of everything that's been going on. Because the media has made it seem like if you get pulled over, it's not your fault, it's the cops' fault. They're already against you. That's not true. It's not. If you just talk to any cop, they will tell you. And it's not them doing it like as platitudes. They'll say, "No, I hate pulling people over." One, it's, it's paperwork. Two, it's not something that is it's not something that helps either side of the aisle. They hate it. They hate pulling people over. But it's their job to enforce the law. You know? And, when somebody calls in, hey, a suspicious black sedan with loud music, just robbed a Quickie Mart, and four of them roll by you, the exact same thing, a black late model SUV bumping loud music, well, they have to follow up on that. That is their protocols. That's put in place so that the person who robbed the store doesn't get away. It's not their job to know the future. They don't know the future. But they do know what they can see with their eyeballs. They're as human as you and I, and you need to shut up about they are against everybody, because there may be a few bad apples out there. And again, my headset died. But yeah, so that's my rant on that. So, if you are in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and you decide to protest, by all means, I hope you enjoyed that tear gas, because you deserved every bit of it. And to the police officer, we support you. You did the correct thing. You did nothing wrong. From the videos that I have seen so far, from all the information that I have been given. Now, at any point in time, if they said, "Oh, she shot into," like if it says later, like, "Oh, she shot into the house 5 times, then he came running out with a knife." Well, if the cop did that, the cop did wrong. And I will change my mind. I am not a stubborn individual when it comes to that. The next thing I'm stubborn as all hell on. But this, no. When it comes to information, hey, little V. Hey, how did it go? Positive or negative? Or are you waiting for results? I hope you got a negative on it. I hope you just have the sniffolies. All right. This one is going to take me a very long time to get through. So I will I will spin the wheel over here and see what we can get to go on, and then I will go back to that and probably finish out on that along with the good news. So.
Skarsnik!
But yeah. Oh, well, nope, nope. Nope, 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 nothing, nothing. Nobody's doing anything. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to starve this camp out. Because I don't think I can, in walls, I don't think I can take it. Oh, he marched out. And how do I want to play this one? Now, good news is they have got a lot of miners. They have 3 quarrelers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 of those units. The only ones that I truly worry about are the long axes and the guys with the great weapons, but these 4 units are basically dead already. Um, poison damage is basically null and voiding that. I have the spider. We're going to save this, and let's give it... Oh. All right, bud. Well, keep us surprised, bud. I hope it all goes well. All right. Yeah, let's fight this out. It says we're gonna lose horribly, but I don't know. I can see ways to get through it. Yeah, have fun, bud. Hope you feel better. All right, their reinforcements will come right through there. I think I do the same exact thing. I don't think I change pattern on this at all. They don't have, yeah. Yeah, I think I definitely just keep up the same go-to line here. Actually, I'm just going to bring it all the way up there with the archers right behind them. A little bit further. There we go. There we go. Cut it down the middle. Group them. Put them on defense. Put you guys on defend as well. He can come on up here. And I'm going to put the 4 dudes who can't Vanguard deploy. Oh, he's on a great spider now, isn't he? That actually increases my ability, I think. Let's see, how big is his spider? His spider isn't nearly as big as that one. I thought he was going to be riding one of these bad boys. But he's still got a big old spider. And the squiggies, let's see if we can't get them. I'm going to keep them right here. That way they stay out of sight until maybe I can run around. I can open up an avenue to get to their back line and mess with their archers a little bit. All right, let's start battle. Get them moving.
Stabbers ready! Moving fast! Running!
Don't let them settle. Get them while they're still trying to form up.
Warlord of 8 peaks!
That's how I devastated them so severely last time. They didn't really have a chance to form up.
Wheelers gallows! Moving fast!
There we go. We should start firing at them in a moment.
Taking it!
There we go. Shoot them up. Shoot them up. Shoot them down. Now they have archers this time.
Where's the carry? Right!
Get that going.
Squig hoppers! I'm the boss! Okay, fight! I shout!
Come on, get it going. Get the big Spidey in there. He should most equivocally devastate these dudes. I think I'm going to focus my archery. Actually, I'm going to get each of them. Oh, no. Shoot the archer unit. 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 And you can shoot over here. There we go. There. Keep pelting them down. Get them in, get that one in there. Get this over here. Get these dudes up in it. Squigs can sit back a little bit. Shoot them, please. You shoot them, please. That's one unit of them down.
My brother's ready. Please, colors.
That unit's almost dead. Why don't you start shooting that unit instead? How's that? Yeah, there we go.
This fight.
See if I can't just get them to stop shooting that unit all by its lonesome. Them to close in on that just a little bit and spread this unit. We're gonna put that unit over there. We'll bring the squigs over here. I don't think the squigs are gonna get through this side. Actually, no. Maybe they do want to just run this way.
Let's scrap. Fight for Mork.
Yeah, you're shooting your own dudes more than you're shooting them there, guys. And I don't know what their archers were planning on doing there. I'm assuming it's their ones with great weapons, but let's see if we can't get these squigs out here to have some fun.
Moving fast. Get him. Running. Moving fast. Gonna kill him.
Yeah, slam right into them. There you go. Yes, yes. Very good. That's a lot of dudes. That line is holding, though. Barely, but it's holding.
Stickers ready.
Get in there.
You first.
You can just stand there and continue to get shot at, I guess.
We is better than them.
Start shooting at those.
Wah!
Start shooting at those.
Let's scrap.
Start shooting at those.
We is gobos.
Do not shame your ancestors.
Let's get stabbing.
Oh, are you out of ammo? You are out of ammo. Well, I'm going to pull you back over here then.
Moving fast.
That might be the only issue I run into. They are completely shattered. drive them into the back of these guys. That might be the issue I run into.
You first. Gotta stab him.
They may rebound, I'm not sure, but I'm not really truly worried about it. Get going. Get going.
Stab me. Let's fight. Ha ha. Where is
Oh, well, you're out of ammo too. Oh boy.
moving fast?
I want you to start shooting at these units here.
Stab him. Stickers ready. Fight for milk. Running. Moving fast. Ha ha. Let's fight.
Actually, you still have a few arrows left. Get to doing that.
Ready. Wah!
Why don't you shoot that unit a few
Gonna
times?
kill him. Let's scrap. Where's the cave? Stab him. Running.
Yeah.
The lads are ready.
Let's see. I want you to chase them.
We is better
But I want you guys to come join the fray over here.
We is
And I want you guys to charge into the back of them
let's scrap.
while you continue to pelt those. Have any other archers with ammo left? You guys, come on over here.
We the war. Running.
Okay.
Warlord of they
You'll get in there.
stabbers
You're not actually. I want you to step back out of there. I'll let these guys clear this up.
The lads are ready. Moving fast.
Okay, you're out of ammo.
This stinks. Wah! Drink the brew.
Alright.
Goblins. Running.
Actually, you're gonna
He is better than
reinforce that unit.
Warlord of 8 pigs. Let's do this.
Oh, I forgot about my squigs. No, you come back here, guys.
Squig hoppers.
I did indeed forget about my squiggies on that one.
Warlord of 8 pigs. Stab 'em up.
They got a little smushed. In there. He's just gonna happily walk right through all of them. Oh, forgot to push the button.
Orcs win. Crooked move. Like it. Ha ha.
Yeah,
Running.
right. Where are...
Gotta kill him. Who can we stop? Night goblins.
Alright, that should...
Come on,
I
lads.
need you... Yeah! Woo! Now that was an overwhelming victory. That was good stuff indeed. They significantly outnumbered us. but we still won. And that's good because that was on their turn. That means when it comes back, I can siege the castle. They cannot replenish their troops anymore, and we will win that out. Good stuff. In all honesty, other than, well, the Squigs they did 166 kills. They did get whooped, though, in the end, because I forgot about them. 126 from the Giant Spider. In the hundreds for each one of the set of archers. Over 100 for all. Look at it, 142. These guys are broken. They're awesome. Now that's specifically against the dwarves because they have armor piercing, but
You want schemes? I got schemes.
recruitment caught. No, well, is this ambush chance? So yeah, that's Skaven territory.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks. They're dead.
Gives us a 50-50 chance. Man, they replenished insanely fast. But that's all right. I will make, along with those two, and we are just going to continue siege. Because they cannot replenish troops that way. Right?
I have no time for this.
Yeah. Which will keep us... It's not enough for them to think that they can sally out and kill us. And it's going to take 6 turns. Once they start taking attrition, I'll get in there and I'll kill them. Hey there, giant army in my territory. I'm hoping you're passing through.
Great and powerful war boss.
Because that does not look pleasant at all.
Who needs stabbing?
Yeah, that doesn't look pleasant. In fact, it's so what's the garrison like there? The garrison is 1, 2, 3 more archer sets. And a goblin big boss with, night goblin. Oh, those are night goblin spears. And 3 forest goblins. I don't know. Don't know if that's enough.
Boss of them night goblins.
I don't really want to spend too much more money, but let's get one more of those. And no, I got 2 of those. That should be a plenty. Let's go 2 more of those. Round it out to an even 10. I can't imagine their full stack can take on my full stack. So, unassign skill points. We'll do Route Marcher. Let's see. What's this? Deadly Blade. Call that good. Ambusher. I don't know if I need him to be. Kind of like that he stays back. It's kind of useful. Hit points. counterattack. We will. Oh, more unassigned skill points. Oh, apparently he got 2 level ups. Jesus. Counterattack, counterattack. There we go. Alright. Well, I think we'll have plenty to do tomorrow with the... Oh, what time is it? Yeah, I don't even know if we're going to make it through my little spiel that I'll probably end up ranting about. Alright. Yep, I will save just in case I do something dumb. Forget to turn it off. Alright. We'll go back to the news. Alright. So, I will start you off. This is the video of what happened. Again, you don't see too much. You just see somebody walk up and you don't even really hear anything. But be entirely aware that this is graphic. And yeah, so here you go. Oh, well, come on, Twitter. There we go. In case you didn't see that. Walks up, just starts shooting into the cab of the car, and then runs off like a little... Look at it, look. I'm so awesome. I'm scared. Cowardice. Pure unadulterated cowardice. I think this is a video of a video that was taken down or something. So, but yeah. There's some tweets here. Donald Trump. Joe Biden and real Donald Trump for hours. Anyway. Yeah. But, yeah, so this is the irritating part. Okay? Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden on Sunday called for gun control less than 24 hours after the 2 Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies who were critically wounded in Compton after a gunman opened fire on their squad car in an apparent ambush. Weapons of war have no place in our communities. We need to ban assault rifles and high-capacity magazines. Okay, Joe Biden. This was in Los Angeles, California, where you have, yes, there are semi-automatic rifles still available. However, they can't be pistol grip. You can't be able to quick change, and there's air quotes in there, the magazine. So basically, the only way you can access the magazine is by opening the top part of the firearm and putting more rounds in. That is the basic way of them making how you have to end up doing it, or the fastest way. Or you use a tool to unscrew the magazine from the firearm, and it's only available at 10 rounds. So at this point, it is just a semi-automatic rifle, like your Ruger 1022, but with a 5.56 round in it. It is basically that at this point. There's very little difference, to tell you the truth. They have the strictest gun laws, I think, except maybe New York. New York City specifically. But I think California beats them out, to tell you the truth. So they have some of the strictest gun laws in the entire United States by a large margin. Secondly, we need to ban assault weapons. He used a handgun. It was a handgun. Because had he had an assault weapon and walked towards the car to ambush it, the moment, because the police would have seen it, because it's a rifle, it's out in the open. It's not something you can conceal and hide, like a pistol. Not saying pistols should be banned either. Oh my God, it makes me so angry, so fucking angry. It's hard to describe the level of anger that it makes me when I hear this crap. Because he has no idea. He never. And what, the fact that he got it wrong and that he's stupid isn't what makes me so angry. It's the fact that he doesn't even care enough about the two individuals who got shot to even look into what happened before he piped off. Just for whatever reason, wanting to say Joe Biden's against assault weapons. Well, guess what, Joe Biden? The rest of America disagrees with you. By a large margin. In fact, there are more assault weapons in the hands of civilians than there are civilians. So that means the rest of America said, fuck you, Joe Biden. Fuck you, Democrats. Sorry about the language, but it really pisses me off. They, as a community, as a whole, the United States came together and said, no, we will exercise our Second Amendment right. You can hardly find an AR-15 right now. Ones that are of reasonable price. Like you can still go find your $3,000 ones, but you're anywhere from 5 to 1,000. Nope, they are gone. They are vanished because America went out and bought them. And this was before we even thought for a second that the Democrats might win this. This is not a Democrat buyout like we have every year. This was before that. This was, oh my God, everything's going insane. I want to protect myself. Well, what's a good way to protect myself? Oh, an AR-15. And by the way, assault weapons, that doesn't exist. Assault weapons would be a weapon you use to beat people with. Because assault is using blunt objects or fists or something of that nature. You do not assault somebody with a firearm. It's not how the word works. Earlier, Biden called the shooting unconscionable and for the suspects to be brought to justice. He also said anyone who commits an act of violence should be caught and punished. Biden's comment on the ambush and gun control stands in stark contrast to President Donald Trump, who called for a fast trial with the possibility of the death penalty. Now, well, let me double check myself because I was about to say it, but I just want to make sure of myself. Ruled People v. Anderson that the state current death penalty laws were unconstitutional. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, President Trump, pipe it off. Can't have it. You can't, he's in California. The death penalty is illegal in California. Animals that must be hit hard, Donald Trump said. Animals that must be hit hard. Trump tweeted. I like how they emphasized everything. Referring to the criminals who target law enforcement. The deputies die. If the deputies die, fast trial, death penalty for the killer. Only way to stop this, Trump later wrote. The president continued to attack his Democratic rival on Sunday, calling for tougher criminal sentencing guidelines and faster courts. Speaking at a roundtable campaign event in Las Vegas, Trump used Saturday night's ambush to highlight his campaign, Law and Order, while casting Biden as weak on crime. Now, Biden might be weak on crime because, well, Biden doesn't take the time to actually read the damn crime. Can't very well be tough on it if you don't know it exists. But Kamala Harris, not so much. That woman is actually, in my opinion, a little insane when it comes to the crime and the law and punishment. Yeah, that's craziness. She punishes parents for their kids doing wrong things. Last time I checked it, if my kid skips school because I'm at work while I'm at work, now don't get me wrong, the kid will be punished when I get home. Grounding, whatever my choice of punishment might be. But to then throw me into prison every other weekend for the next 6 months seems like an severe lack of what I'm trying to do. If I find out, like, if it's the first time he's done it, fine. I will take care of it. I will reiterate lessons, things of that nature. If it's a continued problem, then that's something me and him need to work on a lot more. Like on the weekends that you've now taken from me for the next 6 weeks. Do you think he's going to go to school more because I'm not there on the weekends or less? That woman is insane, stupid, and literally a slave owner. Or at least her family was. And also refused to let people out on petty crimes when they'd already served 2 years of a 3-year sentence. And I'm talking like drug possession and things of that nature. Not that those crimes, if they are crimes to you, or if they are crimes in your state, shouldn't be punished. Those should be punished. However, if you had, some pot and you got caught because you're a dumbass, spent 2 years in jail, and the prisons are overcrowded, you're the person who should go. But she didn't want to get rid of the free labor force. That sounds like slavery to me. All right. He's not strong for law and order, and everybody knows that. During, here we already covered that. The 31-year-old female deputy and the 24-year-old male deputy underwent surgery Saturday evening and were listed as in critical condition. A manhunt for the suspect was still underway Sunday. So, to wrap this particular portion up, yeah, I say that, but I'm going to rant here for a minute, people. So, hold tight and cover your ears if you don't like curse words. Okay, first off, my headset will die again. Not die, but go silent because I'm not. Yeah, because there's no audio going in the background. Anyway, assault weapons are used in far less crimes than any other weapon. However, assault weapons are used in far more defensive situations because they are a rifle. Rifles are inherently bad for crime for the simple fact that they don't hide. They are large. They are extremely loud in comparison to a pistol. They have the added benefit of passing through things. So the average criminal doesn't want, like, if he's going to end up having to shoot somebody, He actually has the forethought to not want to shoot 4 people by accident. Not that he cares that much, but that way if he gets caught, it's not as bad. People like to say that they are the weapon of choice for mass shootings. However, in most cases, most mass shootings, the more prolific ones, not all of them, some were done with them, they are for the most part done with handguns and surprisingly shotguns. If everybody remembers Columbine. The reason for handguns and especially for shotguns being the weapon of choice for mass shootings is because if you're in a hallway and you want to hit the most amount of people in the quickest section of time, a AR-15 is not your best choice. You might get 2, maybe 3 or 4 before they all run off, depending on how good you are at recovering from recoil. Not that the recoil on a 5.56 round is anything to like is all that bad. It's with the buffer tube and all that fun stuff in there. It's not much worse than a 22. However, for a kid, I mean that's me saying that as an adult. For a kid who weighs 88 pounds, 90 pounds soaking wet, it's not that viable of a weapon. 2, a shotgun hits 12 people with one shot, especially if you're if you're herding people into a large area. You can fire one shotgun round and hit a bunch of people. Handguns are quicker to reload, more intuitive to use. These kids who do the mass shootings and stuff like that, they aren't taking the time and the effort to go through their drills. And a handgun is a lot more simple to free up, to make work again if something should happen. It's more intuitive to the child. Shotguns are extremely easy to fix if anything should go wrong. You just pull the rack again. Pump action shotgun being the most widely used one. AR-15s are notorious for bad jamming issues. They may not, don't get me wrong, AR-15s are great weapons, and if you maintain them correctly and you know how to use them, they are 100% reliable. However, in the hands of a child, should that thing happen to jam, it's going to be jammed for the remainder of the time. Because that round gets slammed in there, it is not actually easy to pull that bolt back with a jammed round in it. It takes force and effort, and a lot of times it actually requires you to slam the gun on the ground to get it to pry loose if you don't have the hand strength. I can pull it back. It's not a big deal. But for somebody who doesn't have the hand strength of an adult who worked or who was in the military, that's not an easy thing to do. Secondly, the ammunition cost. People don't tend to keep as much ammunition surprisingly so, for a 5.56 around as they do 9mm. 9mm is cheap. You can pick up ammo for under $10. Not right now. Right now it's insanely expensive for 9mm ammunition. However, normal circumstances, you can pick up 9mm ammo for less than $10. And that's for 50 rounds. Okay? Most people don't keep that same amount of ammunition, and I say most. There are some of you out there who have boxes and boxes and boxes of 5.56 ammunition. I know who you are. But they don't keep that much around. Not nearly as much. It's for decent ammunition, it's going to cost you $12 for 20. Give or take, and that's not even for good ammunition. That's for like PMC 223 ammunition. It's about $12, $9 to $12 depending on where you get it from or what state you're in. Some states have ammunition tax, like good old Tennessee does. I don't know why. Oregon does as well. California does. But yeah, so you have $9 to $12 for ammunition for a box of 20. So that's 30 more rounds for either the same or less amount of money. So people often keep the 9mm ammo on hand. So, secondly, if Democrats don't stop calling them assault weapons, I'm going to get a baseball bat and I'm going to show them what assault is. On a dummy, not on them. Jesus, people. Get your heads. I'm not that angry. But yes, assault is done with an object or with your fists. Close contact. You don't assault somebody with a firearm. That's not what they're designed to do. You hit somebody in the head with an AR-15, you have a significant chance of breaking the buttstock or cracking your handguard if you don't have a metal one. It's stupid. You know? And if you look at the statistics by and large, the 30-round magazine makes little to no difference. Putting a ban on it makes little to no difference. I know this, if tomorrow they said all 30-round magazines are banned, I would go out and I'd buy 5 to 6 10-round magazines. I'd take my 30-round magazines and I'd put them away. I would not give them to you. You could not pry them from my cold, dead hands. Because if anything goes down, I'm not going to use the 10-round magazines. However, I will put them away and not use them unless, things have gotten really bad. I will comply with the law because that's the law that has been set forth. Do I agree with it? No. Do I want it to happen? Hell no. Because I don't like reloading that much when I'm at the damn range. Or I like the idea that if 30 peaceful protesters kick in my front door, I've got enough ammunition for all of them. And trust me, by about the 5th one falling down on the ground, they're going to get the point, and they're going to run away. They don't have that much ball sack. In fact, there were hundreds of them around the kid who shot 3 of them, and then they scattered. There's a point in having this much ammunition in a gun. It's there because it's a deterrent. Because they know full well that just because you shot 4 people, you are not out of ammunition. And should you shoot 29 more, or 24 more and miss twice, it takes you all but, now well practiced, all but about 2.7 seconds. And that's not like record breaking. That's your average. 2.7 seconds to remove a magazine and slam the next one in. You pop it and you slam the next one in. So that gives them 2 seconds, give or take, to get from wherever they're hiding to you. That is usually not enough time. Because they're not dedicated enough to run at you the whole time while you're shooting until you run out of ammunition. So you're going to shoot a few of them, they're going to scatter, and then you're going to have ammunition to defend yourself continually. And if you're smart, you'll reload the magazine while they scatter and regroup, sticking the slightly spent magazine back in a pouch and slamming a fresh one home. Now you have 31 shots. Enjoy your freedom. Banning assault weapons does nothing. Banning assault weapons does the only thing it will do is remove banning semi-automatic pistol-gripped firearms that are in common use in the United States have the only effect of removing them from every law-abiding citizen. They in no way, shape, or form remove them from the criminals or the people who intend to do harm. In fact, there has been a long-standing tradition of the individuals who were supposed to destroy all these terrible, scary weapons, oh, they're so terrible. I was imitating Nancy Pelosi in case you couldn't tell. All these terrible weapons from people there have a long history of gathering up several thousands of them and selling them on the black market in downtown LA. Take a drink. But yeah. So, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, all of you out there, piss off. Leave my guns alone. In fact, they are the #1 deterrent for foreign invaders as well. Japan said that they could never invade the United States because there'd be a gun behind every blade of grass. And they weren't referring to muzzle loaders. They were referring to, at the time, because at the time, semi-automatic weapons were rare. It was a new technology. But they were actually referring to pump action, lever action, and bolt action weapons. Because those were in common use. However, those were also weapons used in militaries at the time. So before you think at all, and hold on. Let's not forget fully automatic SMGs, which were readily available at $412 a piece. Now, mind you, that was like 3 months' salary. The likelihood that there's a lot of those floating around in civilian hands was slim, but they were out there. And not only that, should somebody invade, you'd be surprised how often gun shops will just start handing the fuckers out. Because they don't care anymore. They want the invaders gone. So, gun control rant completed. Now, on to somebody else who used a military firearm to do an amazing thing. Army Ranger Patrick Payne, Major Payne, awarded Congressional Medal of Honor for heroism in liberating 75 hostages. The White House presented the Congressional Medal of Honor to Sergeant Major, see, I told you, Thomas Patrick Payne. See, Major Payne. It's funny. This week for heroism and selfless actions that were key to liberating 75 hostages under fire during a rescue mission 5 years ago in Hawija, Iraq. The South Carolina youth had originally joined the Army after 9/11, inspired by patriotism and the desire to defend the United States. Soon he joined the elite ranks of the legendary Army Rangers. He would endure 14 deployments before the day of October 22nd, 2015, when then Sergeant First Class Payne, as part of a joint task force assisting Iraqi security forces, raided an ISIS prison to liberate 70 hostages after a request by Kurdistan government. Pat and his former Rangers fought through the fire and the bullets. Pat navigated to the front door and saw that the captives were being held behind a metal door secured by 2 heavy padlocks. The building was on fire and partly collapsed. He grabbed a pair of bolt cutters and through flame and smoke and bullets succeeded in cutting one of the locks before scorching heat forced him to flee the building for some air. Pat caught his breath in a few seconds and ran back in, managed to slice the second final lock and release the rest of the hostages. As the building began to collapse, he received orders to evacuate, but he refused to do so. Excuse me. This is America. This is what we are. We are not Black Lives Matter. We are not KKK. We are not any of those things. We are burns, bullet holes, bravery. We are so many things that are not what the United States is doing right now. And this is what we should aspire to. So, the next time your white privileged ass goes downstairs with your black hood and your Antifa tattoo screaming anarchy, I want you to remember one thing. This man was saving 70, I thought it said 75 total. Saving 75 hostages who were not U.S. citizens. This is a man who currently is in the military. If you think for 1 second that he won't kill hundreds of you to do the same thing for Americans, you've got another thing coming. And if you think an assault weapon is scary in the hands of a dumbass, imagine it behind the hands of somebody who knows how to use it. Who uses it for freedom? Who uses it for the things that they are meant to be used for? Defending our country, defending our homes, defending our way of life. And I ask you at this particular moment to sit down and think. Because you think that your little uprising, your little idea, is worth every single human being you've poisoned to die, every American citizen, all of those 20-somethings that you have rampaging through streets with Molotov cocktails and rocks and cardboard shields. If you think it's worth them dying, just remember, he saved 75 of people he didn't care about. Imagine what he'll do for one he does. Think you Major Payne? And remember, America, this is where we started. We were patriots before we were anything else. Before we were a country, we were patriots. And that is the utmost truth of our entire society. That we were this. We liberate. We don't oppress. That is what we do and what we always have done. And anyone who says differently is wrong. In the most profound and unjustly way. It doesn't mean that there weren't things that were done that were correct. But you got to realize we came from a place originally that didn't have it correct. We didn't start slavery. We ended it. If you think that's an easy task, you're wrong. What I want you to understand is that by all means slavery is bad. But imagine you have an entire workforce that feeds you, clothes you, or at least picks the stuff that makes clothes. More than likely works in the factory that makes the clothes as well. All these things are occurring. They mine, you know. They work in the fields. They do everything. They are a workforce above all else. It does not mean that the way they were treated was correct. But now you have to tell the entirety of a country that their workforce is leaving. That's a scary thought. Unions do that with walkouts and cause multi-billion-dollar companies to give in. Now imagine you did that with the entirety of the United States. That's why we fought a war. Because it's scary to change. And there were angry people who did angry things for a long time. And when we were able to, we fixed that too. And when this all comes to a head, and Black Lives Matter as the movement dies, as it should, because somebody said something they shouldn't have, or did something they shouldn't have, and the fear turns into panic, you will see that all of your blustering, all of your hatred, all of your misguided theories were for naught. And the only thing you've created is racism. The very thing that this man, I guarantee you, would not stand for, because that's not the American way. We have not always been a country of racists. We haven't. We've also not always been a country of misogynists. The actions of a few do not define the entirety of a people, nor do I feel we are all anarchists, as our current state of affairs would be. Nor are we all stupid liberals or pig-headed Republicans. We are Americans. And that is what is important. This is important. So, if I reach anybody today, please, for one day, sit at home and think. Don't go out to the riots. Don't. Just sit at home and think about the fact that furthering this will eventually force a hand. You cannot expect to pick at something and burn down buildings, burn down people's homes, do all of this with no repercussions. Because eventually, if the government doesn't step in, and we're already seeing this in the streets, other people will. Because we are patriots by nature. We are not going to allow you to attack us. It's the start of your own self-made civilian civil war. And I mean that in the most literal sense. The only people that are going to end up in a civil war are going to be the civilians. The military will not get involved. But the quote-unquote Proud Boys, they're going to grow. As you burn down people's stuff, they're going to get bigger and bigger. You are going to create the very thing you believe you're fighting against. The problem is, those people are going to have the right on their side. Because they're not going to burn down people's stuff. The only thing they're going to do is stop you from doing it. And I doubt they're going to ask much in the way of questions. I doubt they're going to take your families and your friends' feelings into consideration when they open fire. It's not what we want. It's not what anybody wants. We want you to stop because you're not helping. You're making things worse. All right, guys. Have a good day.